has seen a lot of reforms coming out of the reports that they dish out. How critical are these reports towards bringing reforms, at an early stage where then we get to save the situation?
Thank you. What Vitalis just mentioned in terms of, he believes in what we documented. The state has come out and, of course, in its usual style, punching holes into our report. Mm-hmm. And one of the other things that the report speaks about in terms of authoritarian practices and what is actually mentioned, and you alluded to, is the cross-border kind of repression that we are seeing, where, just to add on to what we need to do is to unite, because leaders have united at the top. You don't hear the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Kenya really speak on Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyo. You do not see effort, the same way when Agatha and Bonnie were missing in Tanzania, the same way when Maria was abducted here in Kenya, the same way when Kizza Besigye was abducted. Before that was 36 members of a political party in Uganda. Before that there were Turkey 7, who 4 were actually renditioned back to Turkey. So these authoritarian practices mean that leaders are united at the top. There needs to be solidarity here so that whatever happens in Uganda affects me, affects Tanzanians. Whatever happens in Tanzania affects Ugandans, affects Kenyans, and in all manner. Documenting human rights violations is very important. One, it's already bringing the conversation. As I mentioned, Vitalis is already saying what he thinks about the report. I've received a lot of messages from Tanzanians saying that this is one step. The state coming to to really argue against the report is also another, because that means that it has made an impact. And documentation is also important for future accountability, because I think most leaders always think that they've gotten away with whatever violations that they are doing, and especially if no one is there to document, no one is there to get the evidence, no one is there to really see and report what is happening. So this process, what other organizations, Human Rights Watch did its report a few weeks ago. Of course, the state reacted in a similar way. It's almost like a copy-paste, an AI-generated response to anybody that tries to document human rights violations. But the pertinent questions remain. Where is Humphrey Polepole? Right. Almost 3 weeks, I think slightly more than 3 weeks. Where is, Deusdedit Soka? Where is Mdude Nyagali? And so many others. Where is Chaula Shadrach? That's a TikToker. There are so many questions that even if the state would want to argue that we are not the ones with these people, then the state has got intelligence, it has got investigative bodies that should be able to go and find where these people are, whether they are kidnapped by criminal elements, and come out clean and say, this person abducted themselves, as some leaders in Kenya said about some people who were missing last year and this year, or these people were taken by criminal elements, and here we have arrested them and are taking them to court. So at the end of the day, we document because that documentation may not mean anything right now, but it goes into a process of record, and one day I think accountability and justice will be found.